What's up everybody, my name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon, the crypto universe. Today's Wednesday, February 18th. Now, in today's dog video, I want to talk about how dog can do a 100x. Now, let's just be real. There are a lot of YouTube influencers and a lot of X content creators that always say that their coin's going to go to 100x. And it's pretty much clickbait. We can understand that. But why this video isn't clickbait is because 100x actually isn't that much compared to dog to Bitcoin's market cap ratio. Now in this video, we're going to use math. We're going to basically do the percentages and also see what dog's percentage would be at 100x compared to Bitcoin's market cap. And what would lead into a 100x gain? Well, there are certain key traits that I've spotted over the past couple days that have shown that community is essential to meeting that 100x, because community keeps the value alive of a token, and exchanges and also other investors that want to be a part of a meme coin bull run, especially Bitcoin meme coins, are going to look into this data. So let's cover it in this video. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join us on X. Please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I'll never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct messaging, or email. So please be careful and invest safely. Guys and girls, let's get right into it. Okay, so dog right now is at 94 million market cap. This is really important because we're going to talk about this in a little bit. It's down 1.57% over the past 24 hours. Again, just trading sideways, not a lot of activity. Now let's look at Bitcoin, still at 67,000, hasn't changed as of yesterday, so nothing new there. But what I do want to point out about Bitcoin is specifically this. Now, if you haven't noticed, look at the World Uncertainty Index. It just reached a new all-time high. Now, this is showing us that we're in the 105,000 range, and this is during the whole trade war with tariffs, USA applying tariffs to pretty much everybody, Canada, China, Japan, you name it. But this is higher than COVID-19, the Iraq war, and even 9/11. Now, remember, 9/11, and even before that, 2008, these were huge capitulation events that happened within the entire TradFi market. So right now we're seeing more uncertainty more than any time in history. And that's going on right now. This doesn't make sense to me. This just seems like it's a bubble waiting to pop. And it's actually a good bubble that should be popping, meaning the uncertainty should pop at any moment and then we'll come back down to certainty. Now, when you look at Bitcoin's monthly returns, what have you noticed? This is the first time we've ever seen January and February in the red. You've never seen it through the history of Bitcoin's life cycle. It's only here in 2026. But what I think is really important is what we could see in March, April, May, June, so forth, so on. So someone pointed out something really interesting, is that if you look over at these months over here, in 2019, for 6 months, we were in red all the way up until January 2019. But then what followed after was 5 months in green that happened right after that. Now, what has occurred in 2025 all the way up into February this year of 2026? We are also in the 6-month run of red monthly returns. So that means that if history repeats, we could see green for March, April, May, June, and July, if it follows the same pattern that happened in 2018 and 2019. But also what I can't ignore is what happened in Q4 of 2025, which just happened between October through December. Now, if you didn't notice, in BlackRock's IBIT ETF, which is basically Bitcoin ETFs, you had noticed that Morgan Stanley, which was one of the largest critics of Bitcoin, along with JP Morgan, they were the second largest acquisition holders of Bitcoin, meaning they were the second largest buyers of the BlackRock IBIT Bitcoin ETF. But not only that, who else bought it? Well, the very first and largest buy was from Jane Street Group. Now, a lot of people are speculating that the reason Bitcoin price has been going down is because lately, during the opening markets at 10 a.m., people assumed that Jane Street was the reason why we saw a suppression of Bitcoin's price. So that means that maybe that these Wall Street people are literally buying Bitcoin at a cheaper price on purpose. They want to manipulate the price as much as they can, even after 1010 crash that was due to Binance. They're using that narrative and they're using the amount of fear in the market to buy more for themselves. So to me, that helps dog Bitcoin and every other meme coin position themselves quite well, but not every meme coin. I'm talking about blue chips, like the top 20. So let's look at the top 20 meme coins. Right now, everything's pretty much in red. Over the past 24 hours, Bonk is down 4%. And we also have Floki down 3%, Dog with Hat, same thing, 4, Farcoin down 6. Let's look at where Dog Bitcoin is, down 1.86%, still within the top 20. Now remember, this is not too far away from flipping Farcoin. Literally just less than $100 million away from being in the blue chip territory of tier 1 meme coins. Remember, there are multi-millions of meme coins out there that have been created. And Dog is still, after almost close to 2 years of being around, is now part of close to the blue chip territory, but most importantly, the top 20. Now let's follow some data that leads into why we could see Dog into 100x gains. Now, what we've seen from seismic activity is that Dog was the most mentioned coin yesterday, and this was calculated by 15-minute intervals. So when you look at how many people are typing in Dog every 15 minutes, Dog is this third largest meme coin mentioned on X. And you know that Cheems and also Pippin have insider traded tokens. I shared with you that Cheems has over 80% of their token allocations given to the top 10 wallets, and Pippin, the exact same thing, actually over 90% of the token supply is within the top 10 wallets. Dog, by the way, only has roughly 16 to 18% of the top 10 wallets owning around the token supply of Dog. And CryptoTwits just shared yesterday that Dog was the most bullish ticker mentioned on StockTwits watch list, the second most mentioned. Now, the reason I share the data on both CryptoTwits and on seismic activity is because community, like I said, is the ultimate value to determine where that coin's going to go. Because if you lose community, then there is no retail to come back to that token. And the only thing pumping that token is market makers or maybe some whales that decide, you know, we're going to speculate on that. But then the community still loses in the end. So that's why I want to share with you that this has the ingredients of what Shiba Inu had, what Dogecoin had, what Bonk had. But the thing is, Dog is built on the largest liquid chain out there, which is Bitcoin at $1.3 trillion, while the other ones like Solana and Ethereum only have multi-billions of dollars, which is less than like 35% of what Bitcoin's market cap is right now. Now, let's look at some other news. Now, the reason I want to cover this is because for a while I wanted to champion Dog to be listed on Gemini, and we were wondering why Gemini wasn't listing Dog. Then out of nowhere yesterday, Gemini stock fell by 10% because apparently their COO, their CFO, which is their financial officer, and their chief legal officer were let go, or they just departed. And this was months after the IPO had launched on the NASDAQ. Now, not only that, they had to cut 25% of their global staff, closing operations in the UK, the EU, and Australia. So right now they're focusing more on prediction markets to hopefully save the company. So in a way, maybe this is the reason why Dog wasn't listed on Gemini, because behind the scenes, the actual company itself is actually falling apart. And what rumors are out there, especially what Bloomberg had reported, is that they're probably insolvent, meaning they don't actually have enough funds to cover and help the exchange blossom, which is maybe another reason why they haven't been listing that many coins as well. But here's the thing. They should be listing coins because that's what a crypto exchange is supposed to do. And a lot of people have been saying like, oh, you know, that Gemini's listing team and their listing process is much more difficult compared to the other exchanges. Well, if that's the case, if that's true, it's actually hurt Gemini a lot. The fact that they aren't listing coins is the reason why I feel the exchange is falling. And this is why I think they should list Dog regardless, because it could save the company, and they should list other meme coins. So I don't know what's going on in Gemini. I just want to keep you all involved and informed. But in other news, you already know that Dog is listed on Kraken, one of the top tier exchanges in the world. Now, Arjun Sethi is a huge advocate of Dog. As you can tell, he's always talking about tokenized equities and also the market structure bill, but he always mentions Dog, as you can see down in the bottom, because he talks about how professional traders care about liquidity and instruments, and he always mentioned Bitcoin meme coins. He's a huge advocate for Dog. Now, remember, this is the CEO of Kraken that continues to advocate for this. Now, if that's not a clear signal of what's going on, just understand this. The fact that you can buy Dog on Kraken is a huge game changer. You don't have to buy lots, or you don't have to buy bulk items on Magic Eden, which is down right now, or any other platform. Kraken literally is giving you the opportunity to buy the #1 meme coin out there. And that's why you're seeing a ton of people like Derek, Dog Sachs, Dog Holder, Free Speech, along with Jupe, Raphael, and also Natinos buy a ton of Dog on the Kraken app. And it's because they see this potential. Look at Dog right now. Dog is literally the #1 meme coin on Bitcoin with little exposure to Bitcoin's market cap. Just look at where Dog is right now, compared to Shiba Inu to Ethereum and Trump to Solana. Now, you must be wondering, the math, let's look at the math. What is 100x for Dog right now? Well, let's talk about it. Right now, if you look at where Dog is, it's at a 94 million market cap, as I mentioned before. So what is 100x from a 94 million market cap? Well, it's roughly $9.4 billion. Now, you must be wondering, there's no way that's going to happen. But think about it. Right now, Dog at that price point of $9.4 billion market cap to Bitcoin's 1.3 is only 0.72%. So why is that really important to understand? Well, it's really because if you look at the specific diagram, you know that Shiba Inu is the #1 meme coin on Ethereum. It's roughly over 1.27% of Ethereum's market cap. Look at Trump token. Trump token's 1.52%, the #1 meme coin on Solana. That's that market cap allocation to Solana's market cap. So really, 100x for Dog Bitcoin at $9.4 billion, that would place it at around 0.72%. So Dog at 1% or higher of Bitcoin's market cap, or even just 0.72% of Bitcoin's market cap, isn't unbelievable. It's actually inevitable. Okay, so when we're looking at Dog's market cap, yes, it's going to be trading sideways. I mean, just look at the MACD, as I mentioned before, the RSI. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but we're trading sideways. That's what's happening right now. This is stagnation. It is the most boring phase right now. But just because it's boring doesn't mean this is a time to just like leave the coin or focus on something else or leave crypto at all. In fact, this is the time where the 1% buy into their favorite assets. So if you believe in Bitcoin, you need to buy Bitcoin right now. If you believe in Dog, the #1 meme coin on Bitcoin, you need to buy Dog. That's the point, is that if you believe in the asset itself, the 1% are going to prosper. The 99% are going to chase the pump. So until then, you're going to see a lot of volatility. But you've seen me, I'm very bullish. You've seen the community is very bullish. You've seen all the data that I shared with you, how Dog, even though the market is in uncertainty levels, at new heightened levels, then this is the time where people are going to be talking about Dog on X. Because if community is always going to be around, the narrative is what's making this coin survive. Narrative is what's going to bring this coin back. And that's what's also the key ingredient for that 100x for Dog. So really, no one's going to really see this coming, but this is why we report Dog on a daily basis. Now, let me know your thoughts down below, how you feel about Dog at 100x. Is it a low expectation? Is it too high of an expectation? What's your math? I want to hear your thoughts down below and your predictions. Until then, this is the time to Dog cost average. Show me your posts or show me your purchases on X. I cannot wait to retweet them, or aka repost them. So go ahead and support the channel by smashing that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join us on X to receive all of our alpha calls and updates regarding Dog on the Moon. Till then, see you guys girls next time.